This 1 Degree Outside video is brought to you by Fluid Form Bio, developing innovative 3D printing living pancreatic tissue to help combat type 1 diabetes. For the first time, you can join this visionary mission. Visit fluidformbio.com or their page on Start Engine to learn more about this exciting work.
Midweek Insights here at 1 Degree Outside. Hi, everyone. Danielle Noyes. Nor'easter on the way. Holiday weekend on the way. Let's break down the details. Here's some of what we'll cover in this video. Rain expands, fills in tonight. Tomorrow's a cold rain. We end up with 1 to 3 inches of rainfall for many of us. Localized flooding. Think poor drainage, urban centers, low-lying areas. Some basements may flood as well. It's a tough travel day tomorrow. Snow accumulation map? Yes, May in New England, end of May. The mountains, particularly above about 3,000 feet. I'll have that map for you. Gusty wind, coastal flooding will break down as well. Now, we've got a live stream scheduled for later on today. Matt's going to put it on ahead of big weather events. We like to do this for our Patreon members of the Inside Track and above. So for Patreon members, keep an eye out for that. If you are not a Patreon member yet, head to membership.onedegreeoutside.com for more information. It's just one of the pieces of exclusive content we like to put out, particularly ahead of big weather events. Meanwhile, here's the setup. We've got 2 areas of low pressure, one over the Midwest, one down through the mid-Atlantic. This storm center is the one that's going to pass over Cape Cod by tomorrow evening and night. Still, that upper level energy needs to swing through those. So we talked about that yesterday. That's going to mean some lingering showers and a cool raw feel heading into the start of the holiday weekend. And you notice it's a divide, right? Warmth in the southern half of the country. We're the coolest spot here across the Northeast. And another storm center will come out of the Rockies and spread through the central United States Friday into Saturday with some pockets of heavy rain and some severe weather. For us, the storm center departs, but again, those pieces of energy have to pinwheel around it even as the storm pulls away. So that's why we have lingering showers in the forecast. Let's break down the timing for tomorrow. Far eastern New England, if you're an early morning riser, you may just have a couple of showers, but watch as the steady rain fills in mid to late morning. It rains steadily and at times heavily, and the temperatures are in the 40s. And with the increasing wind, the wind chill is going to be in the upper 30s tomorrow. So that's what you want to dress for. Have the wet weather gear with you. The afternoon and evening, going to be wet. After school activities and the sports likely to be canceled for the kiddos tomorrow, with pockets of rain continuing into the evening. Commute. Notice the farther north you go, you're more removed from the steadiest areas of rain, although they do fill in by tomorrow evening. And there you go. You see some blue showing up with enough cold air. We see a change over to wet snowflakes tomorrow evening and night, particularly above about 3,000 feet. We're anticipating accumulation. Lower than that, even down to the valleys, we may see some wet flakes that mix in, but no impact. I just don't want that to catch you off guard if tomorrow evening you look out your window and the rain is changing over to snow in some of those areas. Friday morning, still some pockets of snow in far northern New England with elevation. The early morning pockets of rain will taper off. So we do get a little lull in the action with just some showers, clouds around, definitely still a dismal day. 40s north, 50s south with some additional scattered showers popping up late in the day tomorrow, but generally light. So the bulk of the steadiest rain falls tomorrow, late morning until very early on Friday morning. And we see no big change in terms of what we're thinking in terms of accumulation. Widespread 1 to 2 inches, although in eastern Massachusetts, there may be a few locally higher amounts, same across central and western Connecticut. That's why I do think there'll be some isolated spots that turn up closer to 3 inches. 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rainfall in northern New England. Snowfall accumulation. Yes, can you believe it again? Above about 3,000 feet, somewhere like Mount Washington, which is close to 6,000 or just above that, may end up with 6 to 12 inches at the summit, but it's more like 2 to 4 in these blue shaded areas that you see, Spine of the Greens and the White Mountains and far northwestern Maine. Again, some of the snowflakes may reach down to the valleys, but when you get above about 3,000 feet, that's where you start to see accumulation on the summits. All right, wind, let's break it down. Tomorrow, it's gusty in the morning, coming in off the ocean, 20 to 30 miles per hour, some gusts 30 to 35 at the coastline. The strongest wind will be tomorrow evening and night as the storm center makes its closest pass. So by midday to early afternoon, the Cape is gusting over 40. And then notice we ramp things up. Much of central eastern areas of southern New England will see some gusts over 40, 40 to 50 right along the coast, maybe an isolated gust over 50 on Cape Cod. And Cape Cod actually sees the wind come out of the northeast, hence nor'easter. But as the storm center probably passes somewhere close to the canal, on the back side of it, you get a brief gusty southwest wind tomorrow into the first part of the overnight that may gust over 40 miles per hour. And then the coast of Maine sees the gusts go 40 to 45. That extends down to the New Hampshire seacoast, Essex County, Mass, too, tomorrow evening and overnight. Behind the storm center, the wind shifts around out of the north and then west. And during the day on Friday, will be lighter overall, not a damaging wind, about 10, 15, maybe 20 mile per hour gusts that will east for the second half of the day. So do I think there'll be widespread wind damage? No, but there may be some pockets with leaves on the trees and a soggy ground, again, tomorrow evening and into the overnight. Storm center departs for the weekend. Slowly is the key word. So with that energy still pinwheeling around it, Saturday features mostly cloudy skies, some additional scattered showers. Sunday, a little bit better. Showers are less widespread. Maybe you get some breaks of sunshine. It's not an ideal day. Memorial Day, definitely the best of the bunch. A brighter day overall. Still an isolated shower can't be ruled out, kind of cropping up here during the afternoon, but it should be generally light. Again, it's the brighter and mildest of the holiday weekend days. Temperatures on Saturday stuck in the 40s and 50s. Maybe we touch 60 with the break of sun. Similar on Sunday. 50s and 60s for many of us with a west-northwest breeze. Monday, either side of 70. Again, filtered sunshine. Still can't rule out a stray shower, but I don't think it's going to be that widespread. Sox game if you're headed down to Fenway Thursday evening. Doesn't seem likely. Cold rain. It's going to rain all evening. Cool with the shower on Friday, but I think we get the game in. Temperatures still in the 50s for Saturday's game with a stray shower. Breaks of sun a little bit milder, up around 60 degrees on Sunday. Track everything, of course, with our app. Keep spreading the word. Our videos are right at the top. You can track the rainfall with our interactive radar, sponsored by CrackX. Press the past plus future mode. You can see where the rain is and where it will be going over the next several hours. The app is free on the App Store and Google Play. We'll have more weather for you tomorrow morning. And don't forget about the live stream. You can check it out, membership.onedegreeoutside.com.